Hi, I'm Nonna, and this is NonnasHere. Today I'm joining in the collaboration, hopping down the crafting trail. Today I've made several Easter DIYs to share with you. So let's get over to my craft table and I'll show you what I've been working on. DIY number 1. All right, so all the supplies came from Dollar Tree except for the chalk paint. So I have this large egg sign that I got at Dollar Tree, and it has this cute little bunny on the top, which I'm going to remove. This yard sign that I'm just going to break off the long stick. They break off real easily. Some glitter eggs and my maize chalk paint. And the bunny came off real easily. I'm just going to put it away for a future DIY. And I'm just going to smooth it off a little bit, but it doesn't really matter because something's going to go over top of it. And I have these stick-on letters, which I really don't trust to stick on. So I'm going to use some Jot white glue and a toothpick and put some glue on the back of the letters to make sure they stay on the sign. I've painted my sign. I think I had to do about 3 coats to get the sign well covered with the yellow maize. And now I'm making a little, some words down at the bottom, curved around the bottom. And I'm going to put the yard sign bunny on there using my hot glue gun. But let me tell you, be very careful because that little bunny is like aluminum and the hot glue makes it really hot, so don't burn yourself. Okay, so now I have Happy Easter along the bottom, and I've hot glued the rabbit, and his ears come out and his arms come out. Now I've had some other extra things left over in my stash, some carrots and some glitter rabbits and those glitter eggs. So I've just glued those around the big egg to finish it off. There's some glitter rabbits, the glitter eggs, and some carrots, along with my words Happy Easter around the bottom. I have some ribbon with the different colored bunny rabbits, and I've hot glued that to the top to make a hanger, and that's DIY number 1. I want to be sure and thank our host, So Kate, and the guest host, Donna's Creations and More, for allowing me to join in this collaboration today. I'll be sure and link their channels down below in the description box. They'll have the complete playlist of all the creators who are joining in today, which you'll want to be sure and check out to get lots of ideas for Easter DIYs. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel NonnasHere yet, today would be a good day to hit that subscribe button, the bell, and the word all, so you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video. Also, if you like my video, I would sure appreciate it if you would click on that thumbs up like button. It definitely helps my channel, and I love to read your comments. Okay, on to the next DIY. DIY number 2. Now this one I had in my stash left over from last year. It was a string of 4 eggs and it had a cute topper on the top, which I've already used. So I'm going to use the 4 eggs now on a string. And then I have these cute little peel off, stick on bunny heads and paws in pink and blue, and then some peeps that I had gotten this year from Dollar Tree that come 4 in a pack, and I'm going to use those. So the first thing I did was I sanded off the glitter and the things from the eggs to make them smooth, and I painted each egg a different color. 1 in maize, 1 in sage, 1 in ballet slippers pink, and 1 in blue. So once those dried, and I did have to give each egg like 2 or 3 coats to cover everything. And then I'm using that same ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree with the different colored Easter bunnies. Now I was going to tape it down the back to connect them, but then I thought the ribbon was so cute, why put it down the back? Instead, I'm going to put it down the front to connect all the eggs. So then I took the peeps and I cut off the little hangers that were on them, and I'm going to hot glue the peeps, 2 of them, to 2 of the eggs. All right, pretty simple. Then I'm going to take those rabbit heads and paws, the blue and the pink, and put them on 2 of the eggs, alternating rabbit peep, rabbit peep. Okay, so there, see, they have the peel off, but I don't trust the peel off. So I'm going to use my Jots white glue again and put it on the back of the stick-on of the rabbit heads and paws and glue those to the eggs, alternating down the eggs, which you'll see in just a minute. Okay, so see the stick on, I don't trust it to stick on the wood, but it sticks on my fingers real well. Okay, so there's one of the heads. And I don't care that the ears are above the eggs. I think that just adds to the cuteness. And now I'm going to do the paws. All right, peel it off. Put the glue on. Stick the paws on. Very simple. Anyone can do this. So there, it's all finished. So I've got pink rabbit, peep, and you can see in the back I just hot glued the hanger, and there it is, all finished, and you'll get a better look at it in the final reveal. DIY number 3. Now, we were supposed to include a wreath for this collaboration, so I'm going to use a large wreath form that I got at Dollar Tree. It's a 14-inch wreath form, and I'm going to use deco mesh. And for this one, I'm going to use 3 different colors. It's the 5-yard, 6-inch deco mesh, and you're going to need 6 rolls. I'm going to use 3 different colors, so that means I'm going to need 2 of each color. You're also going to need some chenille stems, and I just call them pipe cleaners. And we're going to cut those chenille stems in half. And it doesn't matter what color you have of chenille stems, because you aren't going to see them. I'm also going to use my small cutting board. I have a large cutting board, but for this one I'm going to use my small cutting board that's 8 inches long, and that's going to be perfect. And you're going to need some scissors. All right, so what you're going to do with your wreath form is you're going to, only use the middle 2 rings. Okay, there's 4 rings, and then there's bars that separate the sections. And you're going to start laying out your mesh in 3 layers, and it doesn't matter how you lay it out. Now, you can use 1 single color for this if you want to, but I'm using 3. So I have it laid out blue, lavender, pink. It doesn't matter how you do it. And I'm going to start by gathering together all 3 colors pinched together, and I'm going to start at a bar, all right? And I'm going to make like a tail, and I'm going to attach it to one of the bars. That's going to be my starting point. And I'm just going to lay it across the bar. I'm going to take one of my chenille stems. I'm going to lay it over the front of the wreath, to the back of the wreath, the convex to the concave. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to twist it real tight to attach it to the wreath form, just like that. So I'm attaching the tail to the wreath form to start my wreath. And don't worry about how ugly it looks. It doesn't matter. I'm just attaching my mesh to the wreath form to start my wreath. This is a bubble wreath. All right, so now I've attached it. Now I'm ready to begin. I'm going to attach another one just to make sure it's real secure. Again, I'm only using the 2 middle rings. And I'm only going over the 2 middle rings to attach. Oh, I'm just showing you 2 middle rings. All right, so now I'm ready to make my first bubble. So I'm going to grab a hold of the 3 layers. I'm going to measure out 8 inches. I'm going to grab at the 8 of the 8 inches. I'm going to lay it on my wreath form. Do a little twist. Take a chenille stem. Place it over the 8-inch place twist from the front to the back. Twist it on the bottom to attach that bubble to the wreath form. You can see my hand underneath twisting. Now I'm going to go to the top, kind of fluff out that bubble and push it towards the tail that starts it. Now I'm ready to do my second bubble. I'm going to lay out my 3 layers. I'm going to measure out 8 inches. I'm going to grab my 3 layers with one hand. Going to grab my 3 layers with one hand. I'm going to take it and put it onto the wreath form. I'm going to take a chenille stem from the top. See how I'm kind of making it look like a nail? To the bottom, over the 3 layers. I'm going to flip it over and show you. I'm going to take the chenille stem, see over the 2 middle rings. I'm going to twist it. As tight as I can twist it. And now I have made a second bubble for my bubble wreath. Now I'm going to flip it back to the top. And of course, you're going to have an easier time because you're not going to be showing this on a camera, flipping it back and forth. Okay, now I'm going to fluff out that bubble, pulling my colors apart like I want them to show. Because there's 3 layers of mesh there. All right. Now I have to get things all organized again because, again, I'm showing this on a camera and you won't be doing that, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm getting my 3 layers straightened out again, which is going to be easier for you. I'm going to measure out another 8 inches on my little cutting board. I'm going to grab it with one hand. I'm going to take it over to my wreath form. I'm going to take a chenille stem. Over the top of the bubble to the back of the wreath form and twist. Then I'm going to push all my bubbles together and go around the entire wreath form. When I get to one of those bars, I'm going to attach the bubble to the bars. I should get about 5 or 6 bubbles per section from bar to bar. That's about how many I should get, is about 5 or 6 bubbles per section. be sure you push your bubbles together so you have a full wreath, And you can check as you flip your wreath over and make sure that the bubbles are close together so that you're getting a full wreath. And you will at the end go through and pull your bubbles apart even more. You can see there now I have 3 nice bubbles and I'm ready to go on. All right, so I finished putting bubbles all the way around my wreath. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to really fluff out each bubble, and I'm going to twist and turn them so that my wreath is really, really full, okay? And I can twist and turn those bubbles any way I want to make sure that they're full. And don't worry about those chenille stems underneath that you're seeing the different colors, because we're going to take care of all of that. So I'm pulling the colors out since I use 3 different colors so that the different colors show. I'm just fluffing each bubble so that my bubble wreath is really full all the way around. That's all I'm doing here, is fluffing and pulling and twisting and making each bubble is a little bit different, and I want my wreath to be really full and pretty. Now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to take those chenille stems that are sticking up, and I am going to merge them to the chenille stems that are next to them, okay? So I'm going to take the ones that are sticking up and I'm just going to twist them with the ones that are next to them and twist them down tightly so that my bubbles don't move around. All right, so that's all I'm doing. The ones that are sticking up, I'm just twisting them. See how I've twisted them and turned them down so that they're not sticking up as far, and I'm just putting them together so that they're twisted to their neighbor, all right, on either side. That's all I'm doing, is twisting them to their neighbors. And if they're next to one of the bars that separate the section, then I'm also attaching them to the bar because I want my bubbles. I've fluffed them out. My wreath is really full, but I want those bubbles to stay still now because I've really fluffed them out and I have them just the way I want them to be. So I'm just twisting them down. And then I'm going to take my scissors, and anything that's sticking up, I'm going to cut off those chenille ends that are sticking up. Just twisting down, so I want everything in the back to be pretty flat. Okay, I'm still twisting. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off any of those chenille ends that are sticking up. Now, of course, I need a hanger, so I have this pretty glitter ribbon. It's pink, and so I'm going to attach it to the back of the wreath form. Just tied it on, and now I have a hanger for my wreath form. Real simple, and you can see how flat now those chenille stems are in the back of the wreath form, so that when I hang them, they aren't going to scratch against the wall. And now on to the final reveal. But a thanks again to Sew Kate and Donna's Creations and More for this collaboration. All right, the final reveal. Be sure and tell me in the comments down below which one is your favorite. This is number 1, the wall hanging with the eggs and the bunny rabbits and the peeps. That was a really simple one to do. And DIY number 2, the big egg with the bunny rabbit in the middle and the glitter rabbits and glitter eggs and carrots around the bottom. And number 3 is the bubble wreath. Easy, anyone can do it with the deco mesh. All right, that's it from NonnasHere. I hope to see you again very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.